Pinpoint weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, welcome back at NBC5. Plenty of sunshine to start off this Wednesday morning. Feels pretty nice out there, sitting at 49. Might need a light jacket if you're getting outdoors for some folks. Otherwise, it's going to be warmer as we're heading into the afternoon. In fact, continuing that warmth through the rest of this week. Now, today and tomorrow, and likely the day after, we're going to be seeing some of the longest daylight hours. We are going to be losing daylight hours as we're getting through the next several weeks. In fact, you look at just next week, we're going to lose 2 minutes of daylight. By a month from now, we will be closing into almost 30 minutes lost of daylight hours. At sunrise getting a little bit later, and that sunset eventually will start to get a little bit earlier, 8:43 into next month. Of course, tomorrow, the first day of summer, that's when the sun rays are directly over the Arctic Circle, where they get 24 hours of daylight. But after that, the sun rays are going to start to push a little bit closer to the equator, and then we'll get into the fall season. Now, today and tomorrow, of course, we're talking about summer. We're looking at the Earth and its tilt towards the sun. But actually, when we look at where the sun and the Earth are positioned, we're actually further away from the sun during the summer months than during the winter months. What brings us the summer-like conditions, of course, is the tilt towards the sun, giving us more daylight and, of course, more warmth. And that's what we're going to see that's what we're going to be getting as we're getting through the next several days. Lots of sunshine, lots of heat on the way. We'll slightly cool off into next week, but we're still staying above the seasonal high for this time of year. And pretty quiet conditions across the Northwest. If you're going to be out traveling here for today, those conditions expected to continue. We will see some increasing high and mid-level clouds as we get into the nighttime hours across our area, and that's likely to continue to push east as we're getting through Thursday. But you see sunshine takes over yet again into Friday. There's a very low potential, maybe for a pop-up storm or two into our eastern counties when we're getting into the heat later this week. But again, very, very isolated and a very small chance. Upper 70s in our eastern counties today. We got the 80s here in the valley. Going to be seeing a few 90s compared to just 80s and 70s of yesterday. So we are continuing to climb and quickly doing so with the heat. No fires in our area yet, but we do see a little bit of some smoke from the fires further south, and that's going to be likely pushing into our region as we're getting through the next couple of days. Not expecting too much in terms of haze, but definitely some of that, especially further south into Northern California. Now, we're also going to be dealing with a bit more wind as we head into the end of this week. With that, it does bring higher wildfire risk, so still stay vigilant with anything that could potentially start a fire. We have dry conditions through that 7-day forecast and lots of heat, so that does make things dry out a lot quicker. Morning lows upper 50s and lower 60s, highs again climbing into the mid-90s by the end of this week, and continuing through Saturday. Then we'll slightly cool off by a few degrees into the start of next week. Breezy conditions again across our area through this weekend and to start next week. We look at Northern California, going to be nearing triple digits by Saturday before they cool off a few degrees into the start of next week, and some fog and even morning drizzle possible for portions of the coastline as we're getting through that as we get into the nighttime hours of tonight and Friday night, and then again for Sunday morning. Overall, just more clouds and highs staying into the mid-60s.